Hey friends, welcome to another video here at Cabbage is a Bird. I'm Rebecca, and a few housekeeping things right off the bat. Obviously, if you can't tell, there's no face cam today. That's because I feel like garbage and look like a gargoyle. So, we're not doing a face cam today. We're going to be a little more light today, and we're going to take one of those fancy smancy personality tests that everyone likes to talk about. In this case, we're doing the 16 personalities test, which a lot of people also know as like the Myers Briggs test. It's the one that has all of them random letters in it that for a while employers were all crazy about knowing their employees like Myers Briggs results. We're going to do that because I've taken it forever ago and people change. So I'm curious what my new personality alphabet letters are. In the past, I've gotten the mediator personality type, which I'll show you guys probably at the end of this if it's different. But we're going to see what we get next time. And they're pretty big. They're basically just like agree to disagree, try not to have too many neutrals, yada yadas. And I'll talk through a couple of them with you if I think they're poignant. But yeah, we're just getting to know each other today because I've got a massive headache and I don't want to focus on things really. So no camera, just the sound of my voice. La. Alright. First questions. You regularly make new friends. Very much agree or very much disagree? So I think that I make friends fairly easily, but I'm also like a golden retriever and just assume that everyone that I've ever met even once in my life is my best friend. So we're gonna go with little agree, because I think they're my friends, but they probably don't know who the hell I am. Let's see. Spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Oh yeah. I have got on the weirdest like Google and YouTube rabbit holes. Maybe we'll do a video going down rabbit holes. That'll be fun. Let's see. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Yeah, for the most part. Either that or I just get uncomfortable. Depends on how well I know the person. See, you often make a backup plan for a backup plan. No. That would require me to have a plan for the backup plans to apply to. You usually stay calm, even under a lot of pressure. I'm gonna go with no, because I may look calm, but on the inside, I am panicking. I don't handle stress well. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Yes. And then make what I assume to be best friends with anyone that I'm introduced to. But I rarely take the initiative to go meet new people by myself, because that takes effort in things that I don't have. C. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. In an ideal world, yes, I would prefer that. I mean, I would prefer being able to finish a product at all, but it's what I prefer to do. I'm very sentimental. I am stupidly sentimental to like a weird degree. Did you give me like the twist tie from a loaf of bread once, offhandedly? I will treasure it forever. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I love to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Do they help me schedule and list things actually? No, but I like to pretend that I'm organized. See, even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Surprisingly, no. For as much as I stress out and worry about things, I am also, I will admit, kind of arrogant about certain things. And if I make a small mistake, my brain's first leap is, well, obviously it was explained to me wrong. I'm working on it, but we're learning about Rebecca today. Yay. See, you feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. No, I will gaze at you longingly from afar over the top of my mojito. Except I'm married, but I'll probably still do that anyways. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. I'm really not. I will talk your ear off about potential multiverse theories and like what if there's an exact copy of me somewhere else out in like our current universe. But if we've like read the same book, I really don't want to have a conversation about like what did the author mean when the main character left for 25 minutes exactly to go get their hair done. Like that, I'm not into that. I just want to be like, yeah, this book was dope. Next. Which is funny because I was essentially an English major when I was in college, and I hated pretty much every English class for that exact reason. Just let a book be a book, my guy. You are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. No, I'm really not. I don't know if you guys have seen like those cute comics online, the Awkward Yeti ones with heart and brain. I am heart. That is me. Hello. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. See, here's the thing. I don't really prefer doing all of this. This is just what ends up happening. But as far as routines go, I've never really been able to have a daily routine. None of my work schedules have ever allowed me to do that. And being unemployed, I just didn't need one. So we're going to go with agree. Because that's just what I end up with. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Oh no. I will agonize over our first meeting all of the time, and I will assume that if I did any small tiny thing wrong, that you now hate me. Those are my two like sides. Either I assume I made a good impression and we're now best friends, or I assumed I made a bad impression and now you hate me and never want to talk to me again. It's not a good way to live, but that's just how my brain do. See, you enjoy participating in group activities. I do, actually. As anxious as crowds and stuff make me, like if it's a group that I know, I love being out in like groups with friends. It makes me happy. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. I mean, I guess. I'm not a big fan of like cliffhangers and stuff, but it can be fun to be like, this is how I think that this is what the author meant, so I don't have to discuss it with anyone. See, your happiness comes from helping others accomplish things more so than your own accomplishments. Yeah. I'm definitely a teamwork-oriented person. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Yes. I recently took up cross-stitching, like, earlier this week, because it caught my interest while I was browsing things in the store. So now I do cross-stitch and own probably too many cross-stitch supplies, even though I just started taking up cross-stitch. For a while it was painting. I have a lot of painting supplies, and I don't actually paint that much. I'm that person. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Well, I have a literal anxiety order, so yes. It's great. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. You know, I used to. But lately I've gotten to that weird, like, age or mindset or arrogance level, I don't know, where it's just like, things aren't getting done fast enough. Okay, I'm in charge now. Let's do this. Because I ain't God all day. You're definitely not an artistic type of person. Oh no, I absolutely am an artistic type of person. I'm not good at art, but I am artistic. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings? No. Trying to rationalize things usually, like, Feelings are important, so long as we remember that feelings do not equal facts, but they are still important. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. I mean, again, I would prefer to do that, but I'm a lazy potato. So, soft agree. I do prefer it. You enjoy watching people argue? No. I hate it, it makes me very uncomfortable, and I want to leave immediately. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself? Yes. You don't need to know I'm here. I'll just be here. YouTube doesn't count because you just see the facsimile of me through your computer screen. Ahaha. I could be a very advanced VTuber, you don't know. Your mood can change very quickly. Not really. My moods usually tend to be like multiple day spanning unless something dramatic happens. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. I do. Because, like I said earlier, I've got things to do, and if you're not being super efficient, you're slowing things down. But I don't like meanly lose patience. I'll just think exasperated thoughts to myself. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Oh yeah! Like, school me was... it was a bad time. Deadlines? What are deadlines? They're just stress-inducing periods. See, you have always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. Fascinated or terrified? I have a lot of baggage from a lot of things when it comes to the idea of death. So I'm not fascinated, I'm terrified of it. Less so now, though. I used to be a lot, more freaked out by the concept of dying and what happens afterwards, but I've been working on that. So, we're more at frightened than terrified now. So fascinated? No, we're not fascinated. Disagree. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. No, not really. I like being on my own. I love group activities when it's like an activity, but just when we're just hanging out, I prefer to be by myself. I'm pretty neat. I like my own company. You become bored or lose interest when the discussions get highly theoretical. I don't. I really like it when things get stupid theoretical. Like I said, I will talk your ear off about the possibility of other random ass multiverses and if there is a carbon copy of me somewhere in one of them. I don't believe there is. I think there might be like a physical copy of me in another multiverse somewhere, but I don't believe literally can be exactly me because the whole nature versus nurture thing. My husband disagrees, and we have many theoretical conversations on it. So no. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. I empathize with essentially everyone. Sometimes to my detriment. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. A small agree. I either make a snap decision or I agonize over it. It's one of the two. It's not healthy. Get some help. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Nope. It's joy of anxiety. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. No. If I've had an exhausting week, I want to lie down, hide under a blanket, and talk to no one. That is... Yeah, one of the letters in this test is whether you're introverted or extroverted. There's like a 98% chance that I'm going to get the introverted one. Because as much as like groups of people I know are neato, I am not actually energized by them, and I will need to take a nap afterwards. You enjoy going to art museums. I do. I live not terribly far from one. It's just like the next town over. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Not really. I can catch on to feelings pretty quickly. You like to have a to-do list for each day. I don't, because it never gets done and just makes me feel bad. You rarely feel insecure. Nope, I feel insecure a lot. You avoid making phone calls. Oh, if I can help it, just send me an email. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. I mean, not a lot of time, but I'll definitely sit down and try and, both sides it. I mean, there are certain topics where I will absolutely not engage in a both sides, conversation. But most I will try to. In your social circle, you are often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. I am not. I can go months without talking to people and assume that we're still fine. And luckily, with a lot of my friends, it can be months and we are still fine because we have very similar personalities. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Not really. I'll probably just change my plans to deal with the interruption. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Yes! I will literally spend time at night not being able to sleep thinking about stuff I did as a sophomore in high school. I have not been a sophomore in high school for a long damn time. But it will still literally keep me up at night. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Yeah, I don't contemplate that a lot, actually. I have my theory, and I'm pretty okay with that. I don't really contemplate it. Do we need to have a meaning for life? Is that a thing? Can't we just enjoy the ride while we're here? Your emotions control you more than you control them. Yeah, I'm getting better at it, though. You take great care not to make people look bad, even when it is completely their fault. I do. I don't like throwing people under the bus. Even if, they are pretty much already crawling under the bus themselves. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organizing consistent efforts. It says work style. No, I'm incredibly methodical when I'm, actually in a workplace setting. But, as soon as I'm off the clock, I am a spontaneous mess. Which, I mean, I should... I'm trying to be methodical and consistent with YouTube. Because I eventually want it to be a little side job. That'd be kind of neato. But, so, personal work style is closer to spontaneous... No, my work style is actually not spontaneous at all. I am very methodical when I'm working. I don't know how, but I am. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. No, not really. I just assume they love me forever now because I am a golden retriever. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. No, I'd get very bored and lonely. I like working alone, but I also like to be able to walk over and shoot the shit with someone while I'm working. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. No, I like pondering abstract shit. I just don't like discussing theories about books, I guess. Which is weird. My mind is an enigma. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. Nope, I get very overwhelmed if there's large crowds and bustles. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. No, no one does. I can hazard a guess, and I might be accurate a good chunk of the time, but no, that's not how that works. You often feel overwhelmed. Yes. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. When I'm working, yes. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. No. I don't like controversy. My entire existence is controversial to a large group of people. And it shouldn't be. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. I would not. Because I need it also. You struggle with deadlines. I do. You feel confident that things will work out for you. You know, I used to not. I used to be convinced that everything was going to turn out terrible. But as I have gotten older, and I don't know, mellowed out some, I think things will be fine. Gender. Results. What are we getting? Oh, hey. We are still the mediator. I didn't change that much. Let's see here. The mind. This trait determines how we interact with our environment. I am 69% introverted, and 31% extroverted. I think this number was higher last time. See, energy. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. I am 60% intuitive versus 40% observant. I don't know what that means. Nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. I am 72% feeling and 28% thinking. That makes sense for me. I'm a very feely person. Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. I am 56% prospecting and 44% judging. I don't know what that means either. I'm hoping it explains it farther down. Identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. I'm 64% turbulent and 36% assertive. Fancy. Start reading. No, don't email me things, please. You don't need my email address. Diplomat. What's this? This is your role. It determines your goals, interests, and preferred activities. Constant improvement. This is your strategy. It determines how you approach everyday situations and achieve your goals. Okay. Ooh, romantic relationships. I hate that personality tests have those. Like, they're fun to take for a laugh, but please don't psychoanalyze my relationship unless you're actually a licensed, like, couples counselor. Okay. Let's see. Introduction. On the outside, mediators, INFPs, so that's my alphabet soup, assignment is INFP, may seem quiet or even shy, but they often have vibrant, passionate inner lives. Because they make up such a small portion of the population, people with this personality type may sometimes feel misunderstood or out of step with the world. Is this saying that I'm a magical unicorn because there's so few of me? How did they know that my ego needed that? Yeah, I don't put a lot of stock into vague things like that. I'm assuming it probably tells everybody that they're a unique and special butterfly, because we are all unique and beautiful special butterflies. But we don't need people to use that to their advantage to prey upon us. I mean, this is free, but still. Fortunately, their caring nature can help them create and sustain deep relationships with their loved ones. Yeah, it's the golden retriever aspect. It's nice to know maybe other people also think that I'm neato. See, mediators value authenticity, empathy, and harmony. These personalities tend to act with the best intentions, and they are rightly proud of this trait. That said, they may feel isolated or discouraged when other people don't share their idealism. Ooh, we got an insight of the day. What's this? Mediators are the least likely personality type to say they perform better under stress. Oh, I don't perform better under stress at all. So, sure. We got a Tolkien quote. That's cool. I like how it actually has the whole ding-dang quote, because so many you see like little tattoos of like, not all those who wander are lost. There's a whole quote, though. It's not all that is gold. Excuse me, all that is gold does not glitter. Not the other way around. You always see it quoted as not all that glitters is gold. It's not what it says. It says all that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. It's a dope quote. Now that I do cross-stitching, I might even put it on a sampler and hang it on my wall like an old person. Because I am an old golden retriever. That is me. See, speaking their truth. Wait, how Ooh, there we go. Mediators you may know. Tolkien. Lego says, why? I don't know. Shakespeare, Bjork, Alicia Keys, Tom Hiddleston, Julia Roberts, William Wordsworth, Johnny Depp, Frodo Baggins. Hell yeah. I aspire to be a hobbit. I used to want to be an elf. Now I'm like, nah fam, I want to be a hobbit. Amelie Poulain. Isn't she the... No, that's a different video, I think. Arwen. Got a couple Lord of the Rings characters. Fox Mulder. Anne from Anne of Green Gables. Sybil Branson. Lance Sweets. Oh, I loved Lance and Bones. And Constantin Levin. I know some of these characters. Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff in here that I didn't realize. I'm not going to read it all to you because that'd probably be very tedious. But I will leave the link to this test down in the description if you guys want to take it yourself. Feel free to leave in the comments what particular arrangement of alphabets that you got. And we can all treat them like horoscope signs, like I've seen a lot of people do, and make based generalizations of each other. I joke. Please don't do that. With horoscope signs, with personality tests, with anything. Please don't do that. But yeah. I am the mediator. INFP-T. Cool beans. Anywho, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Thanks for hanging out with me on this kind of lower energy video. Because like I said, I'm still feeling kind of gross. And I just wanted to do something that didn't require a lot of like super hype energy. So I hope you'll bear with me. I imagine I'll be feeling better here pretty soon. And again, if you take this quiz, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you got. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. Subscribe. I normally say if you want to see more of my friendly face, but I guess in this case, if you want to hear more of my friendly voice. And I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.